everybody, it's Joseph Shepard, and welcome to our brand new show, Exposed After Dark, where we bring you a little bit of Exposed and a little bit After Dark. I am chatting with, the most gorgeous diva! I'm chatting to Fontana. How are you doing?
I am doing great. Thanks for having me. I am so happy, so excited. I'm actually a little nervous.
Don't be nervous.
You make me nervous. You're so gorgeous.
You're so gorgeous.
Exposed After Dark with Joseph Shepard. Tonight's special guest, Fontana.
I'm really happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And before we get into anything, you and I have a very common obsession. Her name is Britney Spears.
Oh my God!
I have been obsessed since first album.
Same.
I was going through your Instagram, I was going through whatever, and I know that you did Britney on Snatch Game and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, is she a true Britney fan? And I was like, oh, she's in front of the elevator in Vegas. I did that too. I was like, okay, more Britney here. You saw Britney. I was like, oh, what is it about Britney you love?
Britney is everything to me. I mean, it was my escape from reality. I grew up in the south of Brazil. My family was very poor. I'm from the ghetto. And I've always been the most effeminate little gay boy you could think of. So Britney was my escape. And then Baby One More Time came out. There was something really special about it. It just made me want to be Britney at school. I was very bullied at school. I changed schools like 8 times. So it was very chaotic. So when I was a lot by myself, I was thinking about what if I would be Britney here in my dreams and my thoughts. And I'm very creative, so I was always dreaming away, thinking of Britney. And you know, those moments listening to her music, watching her music videos, those were the moments I was the happiest when I was little. So that's why I'm obsessed about her, because I didn't want to only be Britney, but I wanted to perform, I wanted to dance, I wanted to sing, I wanted to do all of it.
Yeah.
But it was my escape. It was like before drag came in the picture, Britney was my savior. I don't know, my queen.
Oh. And it was also like those moments of like a pop star, like who actually was like global and like doing these things, and you're like, oh my gosh, these music videos are bomb. The dancing's there. Like these are catchy songs. You're like, this is what like a pop star was, and I feel like we don't have that anymore.
Not anymore, babes. And you know what? If Britney reached a kid from the ghetto in the south of Brazil, that means being a global superstar, phenomena. And yeah, she still inspires me and I still love her. It was an honor to do her on Snatch Game. It was, of course, my first, my second, my third option all along. And we love her. She's an icon. She's a legend and she is the moment.
Yes.
That's it. Mic drop.
Do you have a favorite Britney song?
Stronger. Absolutely.
Wow.
That's my absolutely favorite song. What's your song? What's your favorite song?
I have a few different ones.
Okay.
So on the Greatest Hits album,
Okay, let's start there.
I believe it's the Greatest Hits. Maybe it's Greatest Hits. No, I think it's the singles collection. And on the singles collection, there's Born to Make You Happy, but it's like more of a dun 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 dun. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then Make Me, for some reason, I love. I'm addicted to it because it was a different vibe for her.
It was. And it was sexy and powerful. And she was gorgeous.
Yes.
All of it.
And I'll be like in the shower and I'm like, Friday, I'm dreaming about it. And then
the choreo.
Yes. And then the video, the old video that didn't come. I was like, girl.
That video is so iconic. I love
And she
that
doesn't
video.
even know it.
Right?
She's like, oh, I shot it. And then we threw it away and I did a boring one.
Exactly. But that video is so iconic. I mean, justice for Make Me, the
Yes.
OG music video.
So I would like to know from you are a fucking killer in makeup. You're a fucking killer in your looks. Like everything that you do, you are gorgeous.
Thank you.
How did you learn makeup? Like what was it that like drew you to it?
Trauma. No, just no. The thing is, it starts a little before drag came in the picture. So I was a little boy. I was never allowed to play with dolls, makeup, dresses, nothing that is drag related or even everything considered like for the girls. I was not allowed to do any of those things. So I've always been obsessed with makeup, with dresses and looks and fashion and all of that. So it took me moving to Sweden, from Brazil to Sweden, because in Brazil I couldn't be myself. So I took the move and the step to move abroad, and then I moved to Sweden, and there I started exploring more my music, my artistry, and then I ended up on a slowly but surely. First I started putting heels on and started dancing with heels, and then came makeup, and I started singing. So I had a bossa nova band to reconnect with my roots, and bossa nova is very popular in Sweden actually. So when we were out like doing the shows, I always had to like put some makeup on, but I was not good at it at all. I was actually very bad at it. So I started Googling like on YouTube tutorials. And then after a while, I got a scholarship to do a professional makeup course, which is like one of the biggest in the world, International Makeup Center. So I'm actually certified by one of the best schools in the world. And I did all of the education for free because I wrote to them and I told my story, and I was like, it was a very expensive course. And I just told them how much it would mean to me. I was an immigrant in Sweden that really wanted to explore the artistry of makeup, and I just fell in love. I found myself, and makeup for me is not just like drag or a creativity. It is also identity, because when I put makeup on, I just, not as in drag, but out of drag, is just like me finding myself, you know what I mean? But it started, I actually went to school and I wanted to do the right thing, you know, and then I started having clients. I did bridal makeup, plenty of brides in Sweden with my beads on their faces, which was like drag makeup in a little different vibe. And then, of course, I started practicing on myself and becoming Fontana.
And Fontana is your last name, right?
It is. Oh my God. Research has been done over here. You know what? It is my last name, and bigger I get, more I want people to know the story and to know. So that's why I'm very happy to be here. So I'm able to speak. I think this is actually the very first podcast I do after my season. So I'm very, very excited to be here.
Yes. I'm so glad you are here. I would love to chat with you about, would you ever?
Would I ever?
Would you ever?
Okay.
Do an All-Stars, a UK versus the world, any of those verses. Would you do anything like that?
Am I allowed to answer that? You know what I mean? I never say never. I'm a perfectionist. And if I would want to make it right. You know what I mean? It's gotta be.
It's gotta be the right time, the right vibe, the right feel.
Because I must say, on my season, I was very broke when I got the call. And we know that a huge part of being on the show is like bringing the right stuff. I was lucky enough to have friends that borrowed me. I think 98% of my outfits from Drag Race are borrowed from other people. So I didn't have the budget, and I don't have like the skills to build things up. So I was actually on a budget, and it was amazing to have like this support system helping me being there. But at the same time, if I would come back, I would like, you want to come back with the bam. With the vision. Because something I missed in my season sometimes was like having the vision I had that I wanted to, not in a performance way, but in a visual way, to bring like the Fontana vision to the biggest drag stage on earth. I couldn't really deliver that because of other reasons that I was a bit sad about, you know what I mean? I'm very proud of everything I've done.
Yeah.
But if you come back, you know what I mean? Let's do it right.
Yes.
Let's say it like that. Yeah.
I think that you are an incredible queen. I think that you are phenomenal in your makeup, in your artistry. And there are certain queens that I gravitate to more.
Okay.
And my favorites just so happen to be, it's you and Carmen Farala. Those are my two like absolute faves, because I believe that you understand the drag aesthetic. You understand what drag is. And it's just phenomenal to see somebody so involved and so creative in the vision. Like it's just amazing. And I think that I just want to let you know that.
I am very touched. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me. Fontana is a strong part of me, and it's so important to me. And the reason why I was in the show, of course, I wanted to be in the show, and this show changed my life, and it gave me a reason to believe and a reason to fight, but also to be there and exist. You know what I mean? I live in Sweden. It's tough for the immigrants right now over there. So just being the voice for so many other people and being there, not putting myself in a higher position or anything like that, but just being the voice for those who are really struggling out there. And I've struggled so much, you know what I mean, to get here. Not that I am better than anyone else or anything like that. It's just like this struggle I had to face to be on Drag Race, to be in Sweden, to stay in Sweden fighting, you know what I mean? We've done it all, babes. We've done cleaning, we've done service, we've done restaurants, we've done everything to stay there because I ran away from Brazil. And running away from Brazil because I couldn't be myself was so hard. I left a life behind, and Fontana brought me back life, you know what I mean? And listening this from you means a lot to me because I want to inspire people. And being in the show and doing Fontana is just a combination of these things I wasn't allowed to do when I was little, but at the same time, you know, that's why meet and greets for me are amazing. I'm on tour now with The Little Mermaid, and we are doing like arena gigs around Scandinavia. And I stay after the show. We do meet and greets. I stay there and I take picture with every single person that stays there. Sometimes we're there for like more than an hour taking pictures with everyone. It is a Disney musical, so it is a lot of children. Drag Race Sweden brought a lot of children to watch drag, which is a debate out there. And it was a strong statement to be on public service in Sweden. Doing drag, it was like on Sunday evening, you know what I mean? Everyone is at home watching TV, and then they have drag, first season of Drag Race Sweden. Having children coming to me and saying, oh, you're my idol, you're my inspiration. You know, I didn't have that when I was little. I haven't seen drag when I was little. I have Britney Spears, which is almost drag.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's I'm so glad you understand and you see that somehow, how much it means to me, but also how to incorporate this art into the world we live in right now. Because it's, you know, it's not easy.
It's not easy. And it's difficult. And I think that also I love everything that you said about you kind of finding yourself through it. I mean, when you find the thing that you love and you find that thing that's like your niche, doesn't matter if you're getting paid $1 or $5,000, you are yourself and you are feeling accomplished. Like, it is a moment. Like, doing this here right now with you, I'm like, literally, like, right when we started this interview, I was like about to tear up because I was like, this is so fucking cool. Like, look what I'm doing. And it's like, you don't realize those things all the time. You don't think about that. So I'm very honored and privileged that you're here.
Thank you. I mean, think that we are in LA.
Yeah.
After DragCon, I met RuPaul. You met RuPaul
Yes!
a couple of days ago. And we're like here now talking about all of this. You know what I mean? It is definitely a celebration. And wow. Thank you.
Of course. Well, we're going to take a break. When we get back, Fontana's going to spin the bottle. Are you ready?
I am. I was born ready, baby.
Ooh.
I was born to make you happy.
Exposed after dark with Joseph Shepard.
Do you know what my favorite thing to do after dark is? Sex. I said it. And now that I got you thinking about it, now that I got your attention, let's talk about Freddie, the #1 rated and most inclusive PrEP clinic. PrEP is a pill that you take daily and it reduces your risk of acquiring HIV. With Freddie, you can get your PrEP prescribed online, get it delivered to your door. It is discreet, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And it's also free for over 90% of Freddie patients. With 100% virtual consultations, you get your PrEP prescribed online and delivered to your door discreetly. I mean, what more can you ask for? Freddie even offers DoxyPep, which can be used to enhance STI prevention. So get started with Freddie's 1-minute PrEP questionnaire at gofreddie.com. That's GOFREDDIE.com to see if PrEP is right for you. And let's get back to the show, and you can think about what I'm doing after dark. We are back. I'm here with Fontana. She's about to spin the bottle, but before she does, I need to know, when you were younger, did you have like slumber parties, sleepovers? Did you do all that stuff or no?
I have probably, but it wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
So maybe, is it my first time with you here?
It should be. I think you should do it.
Are you good at first time things?
Yeah, always. Always.
You're a Pisces. You should.
Let's place in the bottle in the backseat.
Bowl in the bowl.
Okay, look at
So
it.
we have a bowl of questions. You are going to pull 3.
3. 1, 2, 3.
Not only you and me.
Oh my God, I'm just thinking about all the Britney songs. I'm sorry. You
I know.
press that button in me.
Hey,
okay?
but you know what? When there's two Britney fans in a room, it's a time. You don't. How many times have you seen her live?
I've seen her twice. So funny thing is, when I moved to Sweden, I started working hard. First money I made, I wasn't buying food. I wasn't doing anything. I was saving up for seeing Britney in Vegas. And that's when I traveled to Vegas actually to see her live for the first time. I was in Vegas for 2 days, only for like.
You were like.
So I traveled across the world just to see her. I was in Vegas for 2 days. I got to see her, cry my eyes out, and then I went back to Sweden.
So good.
And then after, when she did Piece of Me in Europe, so twice. How many times have you seen her?
3, but it was all Piece of Me. I really wish that I would have saw her at the Prime, but I respected every time I saw her at Piece of Me. I had a friend who luckily was working her backstage during Piece of Me, and so he was like, "Oh, we can take you backstage." So I met Fee.
Oh.
And I saw all the costumes and everything. I didn't meet her, but I tried my best. But it was such a cool experience.
You felt the vibe.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You were breathing the air.
Yes.
Britney was breathing when she was
Yes.
backstage. So that's more than enough, right?
Yeah. And then when I was little, one thing I was probably like in the 3rd or 4th grade.
Okay.
And Justin Timberlake was like in Memphis where I grew up, and he was doing a show. And my mom goes, "Oh my gosh, I just heard that he is at a restaurant with Britney right now." And she goes, "I am driving to the restaurant and I'm going to try my best to get you an autograph." My mom drove to the restaurant. She got there and they literally had just left like a minute before. But I was like, that's when I knew like my mom had me. You know, she was like, "I am coming for you." She was like, "I'm going there just for you."
I love your mom. What's her name?
Her name's Joy.
Joy, you're such a joy.
Right?
Big kisses to you, okay? Cute. Okay,
All
let's
right,
see. Okay.
let's draw.
Okay. On your season of Drag Race, this is juicy.
What is it? I don't even know what it is.
On your season of Drag Race, do you think there was favoritism occurring? If so, for who? This is so juicy. I think there was.
Yeah, I agree.
I think there was. And this is no shade towards the person was, because she's an icon and she's amazing and she deserves everything. But my opinion, I think there was a little favoritism for our winner.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's fine. It's okay.
Because I felt there was a little part of me that felt that maybe you didn't win because you weren't technically from Sweden.
That was a talk. I mean, I was the most tweeted queen on my season.
Yes. All of you were blown out of the water when it was Team Fontana. It was like,
It was insane.
yeah.
And that's when I actually, you know, being a lonely child that's been bullied, rejected by the family, when I received that amount of love, I must say it was the very first time I actually believed in love, when I saw people really caring about me and what was going on. When I was there, I must say something that really made me question was like why there wasn't a lip sync for the crown. Because babes, I was ready. There was a wig under the wig under the wig. There was a dress under the dress under the dress. There was glitter hidden all over that. You know what I mean? And that was being a fan of the show. Before being a drag queen, I was a big fan of Drag Race, right? And there was a lip sync for the crown in every single season, but that wasn't on mine. That made me believe in this.
Yes.
Somehow, somewhere. I don't think it would matter because, again, she is amazing. She's an icon. I love her. But thinking about how things happen, you know, yeah, that's my opinion. I don't know if it's the truth. I cannot place the finger and say this really happened because of this or because of that. On my season, there wasn't any moment where I felt confident or I felt, wow, I'm doing great this week. I had so much anxiety. I thought they were going to use actually the footage of me puking, because I was puking every day.
Stop.
Right before I had to lip sync Euphoria, I told the directors, bring a bucket because I'm about to throw up. So I was like shaking and puking. And I thought they were going to use it because it's like, that's amazing TV.
Yeah.
But I was suffering, because I wasn't. Swedish is such a difficult language. For me, the language barrier really got me there. Sometimes when we were like listening to the host, I didn't understand what was being said. We couldn't have the time to like make a slower or maybe more vocabulary version for Fontana to understand what's being said. So I remember between takes, I was like, Electra, what does it mean? What did she say? And because sometimes I couldn't even understand what was being said. Yeah. Which is not an excuse. I just want to give you guys a little background of my participation. So the challenges were not only drag, but there was so much more around it. So yeah, being on that position that I didn't feel confident at all, but still watching the edit, I'm very proud and very happy to become second. And honestly, of course, I would have won. But if you think about my story, my background, you know what I mean? Some of the queens that were there with me, they were doing drag. They were like 15 years old. 15 years old, I was like running away from shootings in my hometown. You know what I mean? It's such a different. I'm so proud of myself and my story, and I'm proud of every single queer, immigrant, Latin person out there watching the show and getting inspiration. Because if I made it, they can also do that.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen so many other queens being born now after this because it was like an awakening for so many people out there.
All right, you want to draw another one?
Yes, of course.
See
I
what we
like
got.
these. Okay.
Oh.
We're going Brazil. We're going green.
Green.
Ooh, girl. This is really interesting. Okay, if you could work with any other Drag Race contestants from any season, who would it be?
Ooh, who would it be?
Do we need one or we can take a couple of others?
Give a couple.
Okay, I'm gonna say first one, my best friend, Victoria Shakespears from Drag Race Germany. I really want to work with her. I want to make us people think we're the same person. Have you watched Drag Race Germany?
Yeah.
So she's my best friend, and I would love to make a song. She's the biggest Britney Spears, just as we are. So it would be amazing to do something with her. I have to say my other sister, Kelly Hilton from Drag Race Germany, an absolute icon. Melissa Bianchini from Drag Race Italy.
Yes.
Abby, oh my God, from Drag Race Holland. Imagine doing
Oh my gosh, Abby, oh my God.
the Spice Girls of drag with these queens. It would be like bomb.
I love that.
But here I'm talking about my friends. Maybe you guys want to know someone else.
Who have you never talked to that you would love to work with?
That is a tough one because I've been talking to a lot of queens, which is scary and it's so surprising because I always think of Sweden as a small country, and then I see these icons coming forward like, I love junior season, and I'm like shaky and I'm like, oh my God, this person just talked to me. Who would it be? Okay, I have to say this is one of my absolute favorite drag queens of all time. She's an icon, she's a legend. She is one of the reasons why I started doing drag. She's also a Gemini, and we're talking about Raja.
Oh.
An OG. I am obsessed about her, and I remember when she started following me on Instagram, it was close enough to when Britney Spears started following me on Twitter. I was like passing out, throwing up, dying because I'm a big fan, and she was amazing at everything she does, and she's a legend. So I would say, but it would be hard to work with her because, you know what I mean? What would we do together? Two Geminis in the same room, being creative. Wow.
I feel like you could just talk. I had her on my show, and she's amazing. She just,
I love her so
stunning.
much. I love her so much. I don't think you understand. It's hard for people. People are always like, you talk about Brazil a lot, but if you guys knew where I come from and being here with these icons in this like drag con, for example, seeing a Raja walking right in front of me and talking to me, you know what I mean? It's just like out of this world. I never imagined, and I never thought it would happen. You know what I mean? It's like the Pussycat Dolls, baby. Be careful what you wish.
Wish for because you just might get it.
There you go.
All right, well, we're going to take a break. When we get back, we are going to dive into your past. Are you ready? Oh my gosh.
I'm shaking. Oh my God. Let's do this. Work.
Exposed after dark with Joseph Shepherd.
I dated a 90s rock star. I own and drive a motorcycle, and I used to have a Prince Albert that complicated my bottom surgery. Hi, everybody. It's the Girlfriend Experience, and my truth is I dated a 90s rock star.
And we're back. I'm here with Fontana, and it's time for pics from the past. I'm going to bring some old pictures of you up. Yes, I did research you because I did my homework.
OMG. Okay.
These are going to be pictures that you may or may not like, but I would love to know the story of them.
Okay. I was not expecting this. This is like absolute.
What's going on here with little baby Fontana?
Babes, is it out there? Haven't I deleted
You've never
this?
deleted this. No.
Okay, that's Giselle.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
This was the before.
It was the before, babes. Okay, a little long story short, I went to Sweden, started doing music. I ended up on Swedish Idol. After Swedish Idol, I started a YouTube channel with a network, and we were trying things and doing different things. And one of the things was like first time in drag. So I gave a call to a drag queen friend of mine, and she put me in drag, and that's the picture. I wouldn't say it's my very first time in drag, but it was the first time I did it properly.
Yes.
With the whole shabam. And yeah, the video is out there on YouTube. I haven't watched it in ages, so I need to.
We're going to link it down below.
Look at us now, babes.
Hey.
Cheers.
Excuse me, thirst trap.
Oh my God.
You look like you're about to hit me in the face.
That's absolutely crazy because, oh my God, that's actually me trying to fit in Brazilian macho culture. You know, looking at this picture, I don't see myself. I don't recognize myself. It was me trying to fit in
Trying to fit in.
something else. And I did it kind of good. I look kind of hot though.
Yeah.
Look at me over there.
This is like a grinder picture. This is like
it probably was a grinder picture. When I looked like that, I was probably single and I was having lots of fun with that picture. But yeah, and that picture was taken probably at the bathroom at the gym. Looking at it right now, judging by the iPhone, maybe 10, 11 years ago, something like that. Wow, that is wild. Where did you find it? I
just went on a deep dive of you.
can't believe you found it.
I'm going to hang this in my living room. Let's go to...
Okay. Oh my God! Oh my gosh. Okay, the bow tie, the white, the hat, everything. It was me trying to find a stage to perform. And I'm so thankful for Swedish Idol. I got to start writing music with huge producers. I was signed to a major record label. We got to do amazing things together. It's crazy. It's given me, I sometimes, because of Drag Race took over my life, I forget about the past that we've done that. It was a much smaller scale, but I tasted a little bit of the showbiz over there.
Yeah.
I really wanted to bring drag, but drag wasn't really, how can I say this in the right way? But I remember presenting presenting drag into this platform of mainstream TV. 22, that means it was like 8 years ago. And what I heard was like, this is never gonna work in Sweden when I wanted to do drag. So I just kept being more boyish, trying to fit in what was expected from a Swedish Idol contestant, which I have fans from that date. They are now adults, but they still remember about me, and it opened doors to me. I recorded my first single, Electric, in this iconic studio where Gaga used to go and work with. It's crazy. Like, I remember going there and just breathing the air. During that era, I went to where Britney recorded Oops, I Did It Again, the album. You know that Max Martin is Swedish.
Yes.
And most of her hits were actually written in Stockholm, Sweden, where I live. So I remember being in that label, and the person that took care of me in the label was like, yeah, we took Britney to Sweden in 1997, and she loves sushi. She's a very cute girl. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, it was just like, it was the first taste of what a dream is like. And then that's the final of Idol. We were performing at this huge arena, 20,000 people, live television. We had like 4 million people watching on TV, I guess. And it was the biggest thing, you know what I mean? It just gave me like the fire and it just made me believe that I could make this happen today. You know? I'm so thankful for that.
A dream
that
within
thing.
a dream tour.
Exactly.
And last but not least, let's look at this.
I remember this picture like it was yesterday. I was getting more queer over there. I was a little bit more going into
Look at that hair.
the hair, babe. It took me a lot of time to curl those curls.
Oh, it's not natural.
No, babes. It was like with a curler, and I was taking a lot of time to do that. That was the tour after Idol, actually. That was my first gig, and it was in Malmo Pride 2016, 15. And I was performing my first single, Electric.
Look at you with your cutoff. You're like, look at my chest.
It was very naked. I was
Yes,
like,
it was.
It was very naked. And it was very gay. It was just extremely gay. And people were not ready for that because they were expecting like what we sold on Idol, which is not really what I wanted to show them, you know. Oh my God, those pictures, I haven't seen them in a very long time. Good job.
Thank you. Well, as we close all of this out, I need to know, what are your 2 lies or 2 truths and a lie?
I have met Rihanna on my Idol days because we had like these huge stars coming every week performing in our season. Second is I might have sold very, very close to this time meet and greets in the name of another drag queen, which is very wrong and it shouldn't be done at all. But maybe, you know, I need some extra cash. I was like, why not? We say yes to things that come my way. And when I went to Vegas to see Britney Spears, I was looking exactly like the picture you showed me, like the one at the gym. And I ended up making out with her hottest dancer.
Ooh. Well.
Which happens a lot everywhere. So
I bet. Well, you have to let me know on the bottom in the comment section what you believe the truth is. Let me know. And in the next episode, Fontana's going to reveal what her truth is. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe. Thank you so much, Fontana, for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Where can everybody find you on the socials?
I'm at Fontana on Instagram and Eats Fontana on Twitter and TikTok.
Oh. Well, I'm Joseph Shepard. This is the beautiful Fontana. Until next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
After dark,